Wow, 2 videos in 12 hours. How's it going, everyone? Equinox Phoenix here, and today we're going to talk about Hawkeye, Season 1, Episode 6, titled So This Is Christmas. Um, Picking up where we left off last week, Kate has just found out that, her mother is working with Kingpin. Um, so Claire asks, who said that to you? And, obviously Kate tells him that it was Elena, and, so they gotta go to a Christmas party, and when Kate tries to tell Clint to just go home, spend time with his family, like for Christmas and whatnot, Clint responds with, "Kate, you're my partner. I'm not leaving you until this is done." Hey, we got that character development for the boy. You love to see it. You love to fucking see it. Anyway, now you might be wondering, John, are they ever gonna resolve the whole Elena thinking Clint killed Natasha thing? Well, let's wait and see. Anyway, so they start building up trick arrows and shit. Including one where while they're labeling them and whatnot, Kate asks Clint what a specific one is, and he just says too dangerous, and she's just like, too dangerous, because she's learned from earlier, right? When Clint says that that particular arrow is too dangerous, then it's that usually it's a suction cup arrow. Why do you need a suction cup arrow? Oh, we're on a train and it's keeping us on it. Yeah, that makes sense. Seems completely useless otherwise, because it's not supposed to be for combat. Anyway, um, so they build the repertoire and whatnot. And they also do discuss the attire for Eleanor's thing, Eleanor's Christmas party. Okay, says formal, and so they wear formal clothing. And they go to the party. At the party, Clint asks assets and enemies. Uh, for enemies, she's like, the guy who fired me on the only job I've ever had. That's the enemy. And assets, there are plenty. And when it pans to said assets, it turns out that the LARPers, the guys who are like firefighters, cops, etc., the trained professionals, as it were, are in the room. Yeah. Anyway, when Eleanor makes it to the party, Kate confronts her. And Jack comes in, having been released from prison because it was trumped up charges. And he sees them in an argument, and then all hell breaks loose because Maya's second in command, or former second in command, Maya has quit since finding out that their boss, aka Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin, is responsible for her father's death. So the guy whose name I don't know, and it's never mentioned in the show, in the episode. Sorry, it's probably mentioned in the show. Starts firing on Clint because he sees, oh, Barton, Bishop, and Bishop are all in one room. Christmas came early. He starts firing on Clint, and then he's like, "Everyone out! Stay away from the window! Everyone out!" And then because all hell is breaking loose, Kate tells her mom, "Stay here. I'm gonna take care of this. You've done enough because the reason there is danger is you." Of course, Eleanor is an idiot. Which let's be real, has been established throughout the entire series so far. Her mom is an idiot. Um, Goes off, and Jack's like, I feel like I'm missing something. So it turns out Jack is actually a good dude. Anyway, as Clint heads towards the 12th floor to, do the fighty thingy with Mr. Second in Command, Elena goes to follow him because she was hired to kill him, and Kate sees Elena and tries to stop her. She's like, what are you gonna check 65 floors? Unfortunately, the elevators have the numbers of floors of where they're stopping. Up top, she's like, the 12th floor. So Kate and Elena go into the elevator, although Elena tries to stop Kate because she doesn't want to hurt Kate, right? Like, Elena considers Kate a friend, as weird as this is. Um, I would probably say that they both consider each other friends. And so they both end up in the elevator. Elena, every time Kate tries to do anything in the elevator, to reach for the buttons so that she can press all of the buttons, Elena stops her, and it kind of leads into some pseudo fight scenes because Elena's not actually trying; she's just putting barely enough pressure to stop Kate from doing it. Kate does successfully manage to press all the buttons, and Yelena and Kate both leave the elevator after that because Yelena gets annoyed at all of the buttons because it can be annoying to stop every fucking floor. Uh, childish, but it works. Um, anyway, Clinton shoots an arrow that reaches purple gas to get what's his name? I can't even. I don't even want to check what his name is. Like, I really just don't care. Anyway, and Kate and Yelena fight their way from the elevator to a window where Yelena jumps out and manages to I forget she ropes herself down. I forget what it's like a grappling hook, but not. Anyway, she manages to take herself to the street. Kate follows and starts screaming, right? Because this is the first time she's done it, and so she's a little bit afraid. Which is kind of funny. Anyway, Clint somehow I can't for the law if I for me I can't remember how he made it. He walks away from the window and then somehow ends up in a tree. He ends up in the giant tree right above an ice rink. Anyway, Kate brings the tree down. So Kate ends up in a fight with the tracksuit mafia dudes. Where the guy who she gave advice to in episode 3, I think, about how he should, speak his mind and his feelings to his girlfriend. He's like, it works. The guy confesses to Kate that it works. And so she asks what about the gun. He's like, I'm sorry, it's the job. Like, he really doesn't want to kill Kate. Like, he feels very grateful to Kate, but, like, orders are orders. Which, fair enough, my dude. Anyway, orders are orders. I mean, look, man, you gotta do the job, right? He's the bad guy, and she's the good guy. They gotta fight. Um, Kate disarms him and knocks his ass out. Jack comes in and helps Kate. Where Elena went in all of this, I have no fucking clue. She, like, disappears for a good, like, 10, 15 minutes. Anyway, Kate manages to knock the tree down to get Clint on, like, floor level so that he can fight. And, freeze frame, hold up. Before she knocks the tree down, I'm missing a piece. Um, she goes after it's weird, like the episode just has like it's like too much is happening and so I can't remember everything, right? So she goes after her mom, right? Because her mom and finds Kingpin about to kill her mom. Kate 1v1s Kingpin, and she does the flick thing, the flick trick to set off the too dangerous arrow. To set off one arrow, which then sets off the too dangerous arrow, knocking Kingpin on his ass. After he snaps them and gives her the beating of a lifetime. After that, she knocks Clint down to get on flight level, slides in on her knees and just boom, 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 just like badassery incarnate. And then they 2v like 20 the tracksuit mafia boys and knock them all down. Uh, I may have gotten it mixed up. Anyway, I may have gotten when Kingpin and the fight happen, when Kingpin fight and when Kate and Clint beat up everyone happens. In all of this craziness, the LARPers say we might be trained professionals, but like this isn't like for trained professionals. So they get into the LARP outfits, essentially superheroes. And people start listening to them because, oh shit, it's not just some random dudes telling me to be calm, it's someone in a costume. As well as Maya killing the dude, whose name escapes me, and well, he's dead now, so it's not relevant. Anyway, in all of this, Elena shows up again, and her and Clint start fighting. Elena asks what happened to Natasha. He tells her the truth. She doesn't believe him at first, and right as Elena's about to kill Clint, he starts this like secret. He starts doing the secret whistle between the two sisters, and she manages to calm down enough that that she's not trying to kill him anymore. Right? She accepts his words as the truth. They are. Natasha sacrificed herself. She didn't sacrifice herself for Clint just because Clint deserves to live. She did it because Clint has a family. Um, Clint should have said as much, but pride do be pride. Anyway, Eleanor gets arrested, and she asks her daughter, "Is that what a hero does? Arrests their mother on Christmas?" And Kate's just like, "I'm sorry." Just like she just says, "I'm sorry," and just like leaves it at that. Okay, yeah. The Kingpin fight happens before. No, the Kingpin fight happens after. I think it would make sense for the Kingpin fight to happen after, right? Because it would be meeting Jack. The evacuation happens, saving Clint. Then Clint v. Elena and Kate v. Bishop, where Elena wins the fight with Clint, but Kate beat not Kate v. Bishop, Kate v. Kingpin, and Kate wins the fight with Kingpin because she knocked him on his ass. After all of this, Kingpin does manage to escape for some reason. The man was out cold. I don't know how the flying fuck. Anyway, he meets up with Maya, who has a gun in her hand, and we hear gunshots. We do not know the fate of Kingpin. He is now presumed deceased. Anyway, fight's all over. Everything is good. Next scene. It is now Christmas Day. Clint has made it successfully to his family before Christmas, kept his promise, and he's got gifts. Now, not only does he have gifts, he's got a friend. Two friends, actually. He's got Kate Bishop. He introduces his family to Kate. And Lucky the dog. They finally named the dog. It took them 6 episodes to name the dog Lucky. But hey, it works. It's Kate's dog. Kate was a bit busy. They have like the Christmas party. Clint wants to talk with Kate for a bit, and they take the Ronin outfit after. Although he wants to talk. Sorry, I skipped the scene. He gives the watch back to his wife. And then he wants to talk to Kate, and where they go take out the suit, the Ronin suit, and Kate lights it on fire after Clint douses it in gas. After they light the suit up, they Kate starts bouncing codename ideas off of Clint, and he's like, "No, no, no." We don't ever actually hear her say the codename, and I am actually curious now. Kate Bishop Marvel. It's just Hawkeye. Yeah, it's just Hawkeye. The only ones she seems to have. Okay, so the only codename she has is Hawkeye. The only notable codename is Hawkeye and Lady Hawkeye, which is just Hawkeye. Okay, so there's also Hawkette, which is like it's a bit of an outdated. It's a spin on Hawk and Dudette, which is a bit outdated. An outdated term of sorts, since dude is now gender neutral. But yeah, they're bouncing off ideas. The credits roll, and as is with all Marvel things, there's a mid-credit scene. The mid-credit scene is that very, for lack of a better term, cringe uh play from the first episode that I didn't mention in the first episode review because it is that bad. Um, yeah, it's back. I hate it. Anyway, and after that, the credits continue to roll. You get the various languages and whatnot, including Brazilian Portuguese. That's where it's at. That's the last one that's mentioned. And yeah, that's Hawkeye season one. Well, it had a rough start. So did WandaVision, to be fair. I think Loki's the only one that had like a good start. Oh god. Three shows so far. I'm not counting What If. That doesn't count. It's just random nonsense of what if this happened? What if this happened? It's literal random nonsense. We don't count What If. Three shows and only one had a good start. Disney Plus is 1 and 3 so far on good starts. But they are 3 for 3 on badass amazing endings though. WandaVision, Loki, and Hawkeye all had amazing endings. And rumor has it, unconfirmed, I should know, but unconfirmed, we're gonna get a season 2. Which would be amazing. Preferably a longer season 2, like 12 episodes or so. Maybe even 8. Um, but yeah, this was like 2 movies essentially. It was like 2 movies worth of like content, but like one story. It's essentially like Far From Home and No Way Home, or Infinity War and Endgame, where they're like 2 movies that are split apart. It's like one singular movie that was split into 2 movies, like a part one, part two. That's essentially what Hawkeye was. It was like 2 movies worth of episodes. I'm losing my voice. Please pay that no mind. But yeah, that was an amazing first season, amazing final episode for the season. Tell me what you guys thought of the episode and the season in the comment section down below. That's gonna be it for this video. If you guys haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys next time, and as always, stay bright.